It's the 10th anniversary of Riot Fest. I'm Lauren with 101 WKQX, and we are in the backstage area, and I'm joined by, in the valley below, Angela and Jeffrey. Welcome to Riot Fest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this your first time in Chicago, period?
No, we've been here before.
Okay.
Yeah.
We played a couple times.
Where have you played?
We did some opening shows at the Metro and then at the Vic.
Love the Vic.
Awesome.
And you're coming back to the Vic. I just saw you just announced a tour with the Airborne Toxic event.
Yeah, we're really excited to play the Vic again. It's an awesome venue.
It is really beautiful, and that's one of the awesome things about Chicago, I think, coming up here from Florida, is the venues are so historical, and I wasn't used to that before, but everything is beautiful and has such a history. So to share the same stage as everyone that's come before you is just awesome. So that's going to be October 18th in the Valley Below with the Airborne Toxic event. And I just checked, tickets are still available. That's a big thing in Chicago too, is shows will immediately sell out. So lucky enough, everyone can still join you guys. So I read originally when you got together, you weren't thinking of even touring. That wasn't the whole mindset you had starting the band, and now here you are at Riot Fest. Here we are talking about your fall tour. Tell me how things have progressed from the beginning.
Well, yeah, we started off as just a studio project. We played in a lot of different bands, and we wanted to work on our writing and recording skills, and we just slugged it out in LA. We played every single club there, I swear, that we were just like, you know what? We don't want to play another club and beg all our friends to come. Let's just make some music and not worry about playing it live.
And here you are.
Now here we are, and it took us a while to get the live show to where we wanted it. And it was a pain in the ass, but now it's good.
So what goes into that, planning out a live show? Obviously it's a whole different animal than just being in a studio and working on music.
Well, we recorded it ourselves, so we had to get some band members to join us on stage because we wanted it to be a full rock show. And so we recruited a couple of friends, and now we've got a great live band. And they played on a couple of the songs, so we recorded later on the record too. And lots of practice, getting up in front of people and just doing it over and over, I think.
So how did you, Angela, and Jeffrey meet the first time?
We met in Los Angeles. We had both moved there separately to pursue music, and we're just playing in bands around town and doing the circuit of clubs that she mentioned, just playing wherever you can. And I think she saw me playing in one of the bands that I was in, and then we just kind of started a friendship, and then kind of went from there. Yeah.
So you're from Minnesota, Angela? Michigan. And Jeffrey, you're from Memphis, Tennessee. So when you both separately decided to go to LA, bring me back to what drives that decision to drop everything, where you're comfortable, to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this for real.
For me, Hollywood and Los Angeles, I'd never even been to California when I went there. It was sort of like a fantasy, like, is this place even real? And I just had to go because I knew if I didn't, I would regret it.
Yeah, I think same for me. You have this image in your mind of Los Angeles, and I moved there with a roommate, and we just said, let's go and conquer the town. And then, then you realize that everybody's there to do that. So it's a little bit deflating at first, but then if you stick it out, maybe something might happen.
Maybe you'll turn into In the Valley Below and have your debut album, The Belt Out, and be kicking so much ass. It just might happen. No, I think it takes a lot of balls to really pursue your dreams, because I feel, unfortunately, being a professional musician, being able to do it for a living to where you don't have to have a second job is one of the toughest jobs, period. And a lot of people just don't have the gumption to stick with it enough, or enough couches to sleep on in the interim,
It's hard. It's a long, slow road, and you really have to want it more than anything else, because there's a lot of opportunities to get out that make perfect sense, but then you just have to say, no, F it, whatever. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on the air, but yeah, fuck it. You just have to keep going.
Well, I think you're both very talented. I think it's fate that you guys met up in LA, and I'm so excited to see you here at Riot Fest. I was doing my pre-Riot Fest pump up this morning to Last Soul, your performance at JBTV, and I can't wait to see like the full thing here in just a little bit. You guys will be taking the stage at 6:30.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for stopping by and taking some time with us.
Thanks.
And we'll see you again at the Vic on October 18th with the Airborne Toxic event.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
All right, In the Valley Below, make sure you pick up their debut album.